Hello and welcome to all you Librans. This is your monthly horoscope for May of 2021. And although in general, I mean for everyone, in general, in the collective, it is quite an eventful month with a lot is happening, a lot of shifts of planets and eclipses and whatnot. For you Librans, these are general horoscopes. It's not that much of a big deal. Again, I say that with, take this with a piece of salt because these are, again, not personal horoscopes. And why is that? Because these changes that are happening are not in are not in important areas of your life that are crucial, life-changing events, so to speak. And a lot of energy is supporting your Libra energy as well. So when that happens, it's not the most eventful month, but kind of a month that you can enjoy yourself a little bit more. And so let's break this down. First of all, the eclipse. There is an eclipse on the 26th of the month, but you feel it the whole month, even whilst you're watching this in April, for instance, you can feel it already. And it's an eclipse that belongs to the Saros cycle 5 North. It is an eclipse, a total lunar one. So the moon will be at 5 degrees of Sagittarius, which goes well with your energy. And the sun will be opposing it with the North Node in Gemini, which trines your energy even better. So on an energetic level, this is not the most complicated eclipse for you. And the eclipse has to do with a vision. It's an eclipse that emphasizes the things that we foresee, things that we know in advance, the knowing, the deep knowing inside of us, but also tuning in with the actions in that way because we know things. We know things in advance and we are already acting upon it, and that gives us the success. Also, around the end of the month, you're going to have Mars trining Neptune, and that is like emphasizing this. Mars is taking action, Neptune is going with the flow. It's taking easy action without a lot of resistance. Now, in what area of your life is this all about? The moon and the south node will be in Sagittarius, and that is for you Librans, your third house. So this is a mental level. This is about letting go of old ways of thinking. This is about the practical stuff that you're so used to. You're gonna do it in a different way. So it's almost like your old knowledge, so to speak, that you've gathered through practice, that you're stepping away from, and you're going a bit more towards a new perspective in life. With the North Node there in your 9th house and with the sun there, it's like you getting a new perspective, which is awesome because the 9th house is the house to God, is the road to God, so to speak, the road to the universe, the road to nature, call it whatever you want to call it. But it's about getting a higher perspective. And because of that, your whole life changes. So it could be like some old paradigms that you had, or you're just skipping them, and because of some sort of event, for instance, lunar eclipses have to do with events and with completions. So there could have been some event in your neighborhood, or with siblings, or with neighbors, or that has to do with your business that you're doing, the style that you communicate. Could come something up that you say, okay, you see, I knew it. I'm shifting towards a new paradigm. And that can be, for instance, like, because a lot of people's thoughts, Mercury will be with love because of the Venus Mercury traveling together through the sign of Gemini. So a lot of people are going to talk about love, think about love. Maybe it's that kind of paradigm that you are shifting towards. Your old way of how you learn things was like through the hard way. Your relationship, you have to work hard on it, and that's the paradigm. And now you're saying, it's the opposite. Because of some event that's happening, you're realizing it's the opposite. Or the other way around. Maybe you're easy peasy, easy going with relationships, and it all falls apart. Now you're realizing, I have to do a bit more effort here. You see, it depends on who you are. And So, but it's quite light for you, for the Librans, of making that shift here. The only thing that is also happening during the eclipse is Venus and Mercury are going to square up to Neptune. Now, for you, it is that this Venus and Mercury that wants those new paradigms stay with the feet on the ground, so that you, on your day-to-day routine, you can have a normal life, right? That you don't forget the 3D world. You still have to pay your bills, for instance. You know, that kind of attitude. So that's the only little bit of warning that I see here. What else? Jupiter is shifting every single year. Every year it shifts into a new sign, and it does that now on the 14th, and it goes into the sign of Pisces, and that is your 6th house. It's your house of your health, your day-to-day routines, your day-to-day life. It's a big chunk of your life, basically. And Jupiter has to do with finding meaning. So this planet stays here for 3 months now, so May, June, July, and then it goes backwards in the other sign of Aquarius, and then next year it goes back into Pisces. So there is like this 3 month, so to speak, that you're gonna feel this energy, starting off from the 14th of May. Jupiter in your 6th house is finding more meaning in work, finding more meaning in your day-to-day routines, finding more meaning in your health, and in having the ability to improve it as well. So very nice energy, Jupiter in the 6th house. I've seen it a lot when people shift work, jobs that are more meaningful, and it's in its own sign. I mean, the ancient ruler of Pisces of Jupiter, so it can do a lot of good. So you can go towards a better job, a promotion, also a lot of work. Jupiter is a lot, but it's more like you love it, and you find meaning in it. You could be doing more like teaching, learning, and so on, because of the Jupiter there, that is representing international connections. It's representing spreading knowledge, gathering knowledge, all that kind of stuff. But definitely, if you want to improve your health, if you want to improve your day-to-day routines and your work, this is good energy. And what else? Then also, yes, Venus and Mercury, I already talked about it. It's for a long time there it's for almost the whole month in your 9th house of those ideas and those new paradigm shifts that you're making. And at the end of the month, on the 30th, Mercury goes even backwards in that house. So it's going to stay there longer than normal. So normally Mercury stays in a house like 3 weeks or something, and now it's almost 2 months. So for travel, it can be causing a little bit of delay, but when you know that, and it's not weird, you know, these days. But when Mercury goes direct again, things should go more fluently, which is Mercury goes direct around and about the end of the month of June, around 23rd, 24th of June. So then traveling and so on should be better for you. But meanwhile, it can mean you go back towards a study as well. You study, or you love to study, or you're going backwards and forwards. It's a good time for that as well. So for studying for the exams, I don't know how it is in your country, but here in Belgium it's mostly around that time as well. So it's very good, and even enjoying it with the Venus there. Yes, and last but not least, Mars in your 10th house. So Mars is at the end of April, it shifted into Cancer, which is the top of your horoscope, and it will stay there a whole month, and that has to do with your drive. And it's a good time to, on a positive level, it can mean that you do new stuff when it comes to work, so that goes well with that 6th house, and that you make some shifts there, especially towards the end of the month when that Mars trines Neptune. So you will be going with the flow a little bit easier. But it can also be that someone kind of triggers you a bit, you know, on an emotional level, Mars in Cancer, and that you have to stand up for yourself, but also that you have to understand where that other person is coming from. So that could be that as well. So a bit of everything. I'm going to stop here. I hope it was helpful for you. Enjoy the month, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.